The Sarah Boone case has very eerie similarities to the horror series Creepshow, specifically the Man in the Suitcase episode, a show that aired on October 10th, 2019, only a few months before the incident on February 23rd, 2020. Both stories involve a man trapped inside of a suitcase. We have a new version from Sarah Boone of what happened that night. During her testimony, she claims he wanted to be let out of the suitcase, and his tone changed, putting Sarah in fear. She lost control, started shaking the suitcase, and it flipped upside down. When Torres tries to escape using his hand, she takes a wooden baseball bat and begins swinging at his, quote, 2 little fingers. In the Creepshow episode, the character grabs a bat to defend himself from the man in the suitcase. The man inside the suitcase begs him not to hurt him. Sarah Boone claims the imminent threat/overt action that led her to supposedly fear for her life was his hand coming out of the suitcase. Just like in Sarah Boone's story, this Creepshow also has a scene where you can see the man's hand sticking out of the suitcase, but it doesn't end there. The similarities get more disturbing. In the Creepshow episode, the suitcase is pushed down the stairs with the man still zipped inside, alive. In Sarah Boone's case, there is the very real possibility that Torres was also pushed down the stairs while he was still alive inside the suitcase. This also aligns with evidence from both of Sarah Boone's neighbours, who testified to hearing the loud, rolling, thumping crash sound that shook the walls around the same time as the incident. This could also explain the blunt force trauma and bruising all over Torres's body and head. Then we have the whole falling asleep explanation. Sarah Boone initially claimed she fell asleep, believing Torres would get out of the suitcase on his own because she did not zip it up all the way. Now, Sarah Boone's latest version is the same, except after committing violent felonies on Torres by shaking and flipping the suitcase and using a weapon on an unarmed, restrained man who is slowly suffocating. She claims she was in fear for her life and believed that once he got out of the suitcase, he was going to kill her. She falls into a nice deep slumber upstairs. Sarah Boone claims she left enough of the suitcase unzipped, enough so he can get himself out. Similarly, in the Creepshow episode, the man in the suitcase is left zipped inside while the main character falls asleep. The suitcase is seen next to the bed. Another detail that further connects the Sarah Boone case to the Creepshow story is the part where the man in the suitcase is being tortured by having his teeth pulled out. This reminds me of the police interview in the detective's car with Sarah Boone. She mentioned that Torres had been losing teeth recently. Even though she was previously asked multiple times about Torres's medical history and said, "None that I know of, none that I know of." She remembers after that he was also losing his teeth. Then there is a part in the Creepshow story where the girl is seen stomping on the suitcase with her shoe as part of the ongoing torture. You can see a flip-flop next to the suitcase from the Sarah Boone video. Poor Torres departed this world facing the darkest depths of human cruelty, a betrayal so profound it left him trapped, helpless, voiceless and abandoned to his fate, suffocating and pleading, his existence reduced to a mere source of amusement for the sadistic Sarah Boone. In Sarah's trivialized, delusional, narcissistic, grotesque reality, she may think she won this so-called game. But if justice prevails, she will ultimately lose her freedom for a minimum of 22 years if she faces the consequences of her heartless actions. I have to say, the eerie similarities really stood out, and I'd love to hear what you all think about them. I won't spoil how the Creepshow ends, so I've included links in the description to the sources used, so you can explore them for yourself.